Welcome to Epic City.
Attorney General Ken Paxton launched an investigation against the East Plano Islamic Center, that's also known as EPIC. EPIC wants to develop land in Josephine, about 25 miles east of Plano.
One of the issues at stake is the freedom of religion. Another issue at stake is what's called the right to contract. The fact is, religious freedom is a central part of the Texas Constitution.
402 acres of beautiful scenery. Welcome to the future of living.
But bad actors like Epic and Epic City tried to use religion as a form of segregation.
In promotional videos, Epic City is a collection of single and multifamily homes and commercial developments surrounding a mosque and school.
That is blatant religious discrimination.
Epic City is more than just a neighborhood. It's a way of life.
That is illegal in Texas. It violates our laws and our values, and imposing Sharia violates the Texas Fair Housing Act.
State Rep Jeff Leach wrote a letter asking the Attorney General to investigate, and Epic responded to the governor online saying, "Our vision is to build a diverse, safe, and inclusive community, and will follow all local, state, and federal laws."
You're probably aware that on social media, there's a lot of negative campaigns against our particular masjid, Epic.
This law prevents them from creating no-go zones. It prevents them from selling or renting land only to people who follow Islam.
Representatives for Epic City could not be reached for comment on Thursday, but last month invited the governor to see the site and maybe some barbecue.
We got a probe launched into Sharia city plan on U.S. soil. You obey America's laws. Oh, man, that is music to my ears. I live in Washington State, just outside of Seattle. Could you imagine one of my absolutely brain-dead politicians uttering said words? No, you can't. That's why this is happening in Texas. If this were happening in Washington State, my elected officials would be running around in whatever kind of garb, would be appropriate, and just basically handing them the keys to the city. Do whatever you want. It's all good. We love you. We love you. It's not happening in Texas. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton announced Monday he was investigating whether a development project linked to a Dubai-based company was going to be a Sharia city. Now, we just saw a number of clips from Epic City, and that is to the north and east of Dallas. Now we are looking to the south and east of Dallas at another 20, whatever we're going to see it. I think it's 2,200 acre development. It is massive. It is massive what this Dubai-based company is proposing in Texas. So Paxton, a Republican, said he was taking action to examine a development underway in Kaufman, Texas, about 34 miles south and east of Dallas. So you got south and east of Dallas, and you got north and east of Dallas, like 45 miles north and east of Dallas. I saw somebody indicated 80 miles north and east of Fort Worth, which is, Dallas and Fort Worth are side by side. The development drew attention after an American subsidiary of Dubai-based SEE Holdings purchased thousands of acres of land near Kaufman and claims circulated that up to 20,000 foreign nationals would be moving there. Oh, hey. Yeah. You know the way Epic officials, the way that they kind of base this is, we're going to follow all American local, county, and state laws. I mean, if they work out with Sharia law, that is. I mean, that is literally, hey, come have a barbecue with us. Right? I mean, that's a slippery slope. Ken Paxton is saying, yep, nope, we're not doing that. Now, the claims of up to 20,000 foreign nationals would be moving there. Those are claims at this point. And when you got a 2,300 acre development, that is enormous. And by contrast, the other one, Epic City, is 400 acres. And that in and of itself is a significant development. 400 acres. Now you're talking about 2,300 acres. That's a city. 20,000 foreign nationals. There will be no Sharia city in Texas under my watch, Paxton said. While you're on American soil, you will obey America's laws. Hear, hear. I have launched this investigation to determine the nature of this development in Kaufman County. I'll be thoroughly investigating this matter for any unlawful actions. Land was purchased in connection with Delaware-based Kaufman Solar, Paxton said. Paxton has requested information from the company, relationship between the two companies, and details on the planned development. Hey, you guys bought 2,300 acres. What are you going to do? What are you planning there? Are you going to have a mosque? Right? I mean, inquiring minds want to know. Paxton's investigations come after the Daily Caller published a report noting concerns. There's that magic C word, right? I have concerns about a 2,300-acre Sharia law development going in here where they don't allow white investors. From residents, there could be 20,000 nationals coming to the here's what they're marketing this as, a sustainable development. Sustaining what? What are you sustaining? Sharia lifestyle. Lifestyle under Sharia law. Is that what you're doing? We don't really know. But Ken Paxton is he's there to kind of head this off right at the pass. Representative Lance Gooden, Republican from Texas, told the Daily Caller that SEE Holdings contacted him about the development. The group reached out to me and I said, under no circumstances would we accept any planned community that included mosques or religious buildings or schools. 20,000 foreigners is news to me, but that would also be a non-starter, obviously, he told the outlet. It's interesting that these groups are going to Texas, which is probably the toughest state on Sharia law. Why aren't they going to Washington State? Because they can't get 2,300 acres put together? I mean, yeah, that's probably true. If they are from New York and not Dubai, then we likely wouldn't be concerned. But considering what our neighborhood counties have been through, we're going to have to actively involve the community to get buy-in, and that has yet to happen. Hey, you guys want to have 2,300 acres developed into Sharia City? You guys want that? No? Okay. Okay. All right. Last year, Paxton launched a similar investigation into Epic City, a planned Muslim community in northern Texas. Paxton sued in December to stop construction of the city, alleging that developers violated state securities laws. Developers have denied any wrongdoing because the developers are walking a very fine line, in my opinion, in reading what they had proposed. That's how I would get it if this were my development and I was of, the religious background that we're talking about. This is how I'd do it. Come have a barbecue with us. It's gonna be great. This is gonna be the greatest sustainable city ever. Notice how they go with sustainable so that all the Democrats, sustainable? Let's let them build it. Oh, this is great. Unfortunately, they're in Texas, right? Leaders behind Epic City have engaged in a radical plot to destroy hundreds of acres of beautiful Texas land and line their own pockets, Paxton said. I don't know if this is more a money grab, more so than a power grab. Could you imagine us as Americans taking a whole group of people and a couple of billionaires and saying, we're going to invest in China. We're just gonna buy up thousands and thousands of acres, and we're gonna start our own little American colony right here in the middle of China, and you guys should like it. You guys should be okay with it. Hey, come have some Chinese food with us. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be epic. I will relentlessly bring the full force of the law against anyone who thinks they can ignore the rules and hurt Texans. See what else we got here, right? Dubai developers eyes sustainable city near Kaufman as residents voice concerns about Islamic influence. I mean, do these guys look like they're just going to set up a mamby-pamby little residential development? I don't think so. I think they mean business. And why wouldn't they? That is their agenda, right? That's their agenda. Hey, let's get this going on American turf. See what else we've got. I know some people are worried about it being a Muslim community, and C guarantees it's not. Yeah, and I'll love you in the morning. Checks in the mail. I'll love you in the morning. And they would put in the deeds that there will be no mosque ever built at the location. See that funny looking structure over there? Yeah, that's not a mosque. I mean, we worship there, but it's not a mosque. No, it's a church. It's a worship center, but don't call it a mosque. Yeah. Okay. All right. And C guarantees it's not. Oh, okay. All right. So they're telling us it's not. We should believe them. And they would put in the deeds that there'll be no mosque ever built at the location. C Holdings is led by Dubai executives. Okay. All right. And views its mission as spearheading a net zero emissions future to achieve 2050 targets today. To this end, it develops sustainable cities. Now, this isn't the first sustainable city that they've gotten going. They have, let's see, I know I read here somewhere, Dubai, Sharjah, Yas Island, and Oman, including Yiddy. All right. And now, Dallas, Texas. Each overseas sustainable city development spans roughly 165 acres or less, while the proposed Kaufman County site, the one south and east, the new one we're talking about, is 2,300 acres, would be nearly 14 times larger. Don't mess with Texas. Texas big, right? Just big. Everything's big. Big. Islamic influence concerns. Kaufman residents have been expressing concerns about the development online. I bet they have. I was told that a GeoCity was coming to Kaufman, Texas. This would be funded by Saudi Arabia investors, correct? Of what I was told, they plan on bringing over 20,000 people into this giant city that they are making. Okay, don't really know where that number is coming from, and because this is news for reasonable people, I always want to head off some of that misinformation. And I don't know if 20,000 people is misinformation, but when you got 2,300 acres and you're talking about a highly developed, dense, sustainable community, 20,000 people might not be outside of the realm of possibility. So that's where somebody's saying, 20,000 people. One citizen posted on Facebook, now this could just be a good old rumor, but it could also be true. Partly true, semi-true, who knows? But I would love to be educated. Tell me about your sustainable development in Kaufman. Tell me about that. I said under no circumstances would we accept any planned community that includes mosques or religious buildings or schools. Here's somebody else's opinion. Mass immigration has wrecked France and the UK. We can't let it destroy America. Defend our sovereignty and way of life, Self said. Do not Sharia our Texas. 100%. 100%. Of all states, you guys are trying this nonsense in Texas. Seriously. Why don't you go to Minneapolis? Oh, because you don't want to live there. Because Smalley's already beat you there, right? I mean, yeah, okay. Here's how SEE spins this project. This is good. This is good. I mean, this is real estate nonsense, right? This is real estate. Here's what we're doing and why you should buy into it. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. Project is focused on creating a community where people can live affordably, okay? Work locally, all right, okay? And build meaningful connections while reducing environmental impact and planning responsibly for the long term. Sustainable City USA is open to all residents and businesses and will be planned, approved, and governed through existing Texas land use, zoning, and local approval processes, consistent with any major development in the state. Okay. All right. It's going to be a mix of apartments, townhomes, and senior living. Okay. Yeah. All right. Any of this stuff is just a massive slippery slope, isn't it? It really is. Because we've seen what's happened in the rest of the world. We don't want this to happen anywhere in America, but you know it's gonna. Texas AG Ken Paxton sues to stop Muslim housing project in North Texas. Back to the epic one. Okay. Department of Justice inquiry into the Epic development, the one that we're talking about here, has just recently been basically decommissioned because the development didn't get far enough for the Department of Justice to probably step in and do anything about anything, because they're probably not going to get their permit. Even now they're not calling it Epic City. They are calling it the Meadows. Oh, isn't that pleasant? Just the meadows with some flowers and big, huge Sharia mosque and, bunch of stuff. It's what they're doing. Abbott visits Collin County to sign bill banning Sharia law compounds. And that's the footage, some of the footage we saw with Governor Abbott sitting down and basically outlining why he is doing what he's doing. And he essentially banned Sharia law in North Texas because it doesn't work with the United States Constitution. It just doesn't. You're either one or the other. And there's no real, I kind of dabble in both worlds. Do you? Do you really? Okay, have you read Sharia law? See what that entails? See what that looks like? Have you read that? Well, no, but everybody's a good person, right? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about good or bad. We're just talking about incompatibility with the United States. And that's kind of that's the direction that I lean towards, is Sharia law is not conducive with, the values that I have as a North American citizen, a citizen of the U.S. of A. All right, what else we got here? Keller Council scraps plan to denounce Sharia law, reaffirms constitutional governance. See the direction they're going in here? Instead of just absolutely pouncing on Sharia law, they don't have to, because they're going to go in the direction of, we are only going to support constitutional governments. We're only going to support United States law. We're only going to go down this direction. And if you're outside of that, that's how we're going to get you. So they don't even need to go into, we're banning this, we're banning that. The sole sources of legal authority governing municipal affairs, housing, property rights, and dispute resolution within the city is the U.S. and Texas constitutions. The resolution outlaws parallel legal systems. So everybody's just getting away from this slippery slope of allowing basically foreign law to dominate and become intertwined with American society in Texas. So part of the reason that I think that they pick these places is that they think that they're going to, fly under the radar. Well, we got a bunch of hicks out here in northeast Dallas, southeast of Dallas. We got a bunch of, hicks that don't know the difference. And if we tell them that we're not building a mosque, they'll believe us. They're really dumb white people. And that's just not the case, because Greg Abbott is Johnny on the spot on this nonsense. I don't know how many podcasts I've done on this topic, but it's a number. It's a number, because this is a real thing happening in the United States. So yeah, Greg Abbott going out of his way to basically make sure that Texans and the United States doesn't have some crazy insurgency. And we do get this parallel set of laws and customs and, the way that we live our lives. That's a no-go. We go back to, you obey America's laws, there will be no Sharia city in Texas. End of story, right? I'm good with that. Are you good with that? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks again for joining. Bye for now.